Good day, good day. Hey, you want to talk about Paula White, Kim Clement, Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, end of the world, and all that stuff? Well, you're in the right place. So let's get into it. Lord, help us, right? So where do wars come from? What are these wars about? Why are there 200 complaints in the military or not more of military leaders saying that God is using this war, Donald Trump, to bring about the second coming of Jesus Christ, right? He's going to make America great, and now he's going to usher in Jesus Christ. This is wild stuff. It's a real thing going on. It's the world that we're in. I saw a sermon in 2015 about watching out for Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton both have an antichrist spirit kind of following to them. Tried to wave the flag, told you in October that the election wasn't stolen, like all these things. Your boy Darren's tried to hang with you, right? And you're going crazy. And you know why? You're offended. You know why? You read the Fox Book of Martyrs in the late 90s and early 2000s, and you're like, nah, no thanks. When two little towers fell, and then you see the threat of all these things coming in, we need a strong man. We need someone not like Jesus to rule. We need somebody like Donald Trump to rock and roll. Look what Obama did. I'm offended. I need rights. All these people having readings in libraries, and I'm freaking out. So now, the wrath of man does not produce the righteousness of God. Good job, America. Now you're one of the nations being lied to, being drawn into war to bring about Armageddon. And what it is a support for a physical Israel instead of focusing on getting ready for a spiritual Israel that will come from heaven. It's lying prophets, lying words going out, speaking to you, speaking to your offenses, speaking to your finances, protecting your children, all these things, getting you power, getting you position, and from 1764, partnering with England to fight against the Antichrist French, to then later partnering with the Antichrist French to get rid of the tyrannic king. I mean, you're confused, America. You are confused. You've had prophets speaking to you, John MacArthur agreeing with Paula White and all kinds of crazy stuff. John MacArthur, by the way, dead. God rest his soul, wherever it may be. I know he was predestination and all that stuff, so he believes that he was ready and automatic. But he also taught that you could accept the mark of the beast and still be saved, because once you're saved, you're always, yeah, you finish that. There's some dangerous stuff going out. And when I read about revivalists, when I read about mighty women and men of God, yeah, I said women, doing good things, they weren't political. They were getting into it. They were getting into glory. They were getting into God. And anybody with selfish ambition is going to be about war. Fight, fight, fight. Why Jesus says, if my kingdom was of this world, I would fight and my servants would come and fight. Peter, put away the sword. Put away all these things. Well, we have a sword. Okay, I've read your history, America. I look back at all your presidents and all the things, and it's all selfish ambition. It's all lying spirits. It's all war, 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 greed, 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 oil, oil, oil. And yes, there has been some Christian influence in there, but the influence that's drawing people to war in the Middle East comes from Revelation 16, where it says the ways of the kings from the east might be prepared. Euphrates is drying up. I heard that one many years ago, that was already happening. Unclean spirits, lying demon, performing signs to go out to draw people to war, to the battle of the great day of God. Now you have military leaders within America saying that that's what Donald Trump is doing. Make America great, now we're going to Armageddon. There's no special little president, no special little nation standing next to the Lamb going, we did this. It's all the nations going to war, and then the Lamb overcoming them, and then those who are chosen faithful and called are there with him. And then we get a new Jerusalem. So what's this about a physical Israel? What's this drawing in? We got to defend Israel. We got to defend Israel. Is that the lying spirit that's drawing us to war to bring about Armageddon? Because where is Megiddo? Okay. This is wild. This is going off the rails. This is going to help you, though. I said this. Let's look at Psalm 50. This is the one I spoke about, your dear president. And if you say I didn't vote for him, it's your society. It's your nation that set this up to make way for it. And it's even liberal media's milking it all for its worth. Psalm 50. But to the wicked, God says this, what right have you to declare my statutes or take my covenant in your mouth, seeing that you hate instruction and cast my words behind you. So many people have tried to speak so many things. Hosea chapter 8, that you elect leaders without me. You did it. So many people spoke that into Saul the king. You're electing people without me. Standing there in the abomination and desolation. Get wounded in the head. Rise back up. That's not the Antichrist. Okay. It sure is a good type of it. It's sure of a good type of it. Right? Using religion, using these things. Paula White whispering in his ear, 2002, his ego. Do you think Paula White preaches selfless humility gospel? Or is it the worst case scenario? The angle of how we get elected. God's man, God's plan, just like Herod, just like Pilate. Well, Pilate killed himself in exile and wasn't necessarily, they weren't wearing t-shirts going, yeah, he killed Jesus to bring about the second coming of Jesus. Everything along the way has been used with Herod and Cyrus's and Pilates and all these things. God's man, God's plan, right? Not necessarily because you partnered with wickedness. When you saw a thief, you consented with him. You elected one, right? And have been a partaker with adulterers. Bingo. You gave your mouth to evil and your tongue to deceit. You speak against your brother. You thought that I was altogether like you, but I will rebuke you and set them in order before your eyes. Welcome to judgment. 250 years later, right? And it says, now consider this, you who forget God. Whoever offers praise glorifies me, and to him who orders his conduct aright, I will show the salvation of God. Do you know Zacchaeus ordered his conduct aright? A capitalistic person of wealth and gathering things together and doing all these things, holding it back, a sycophant, and holding the fig market back to increase himself. He says, I'm going to release that. It's all about increase and increase and increase. This guy, Rockefeller, one of the richest people in American history, oil, greed, but I'm a Baptist, so it's all good. Now, evil things have been done amongst us, and we got to look at, it's a lying spirit, it's a Zacchaeus Nation, king authority. We don't want to rebel against the king, but let's go ahead and do it because it's a tyrant. We want to rise up like Moses. Well, Moses never rose up and hurt anybody except for when he delivered one person, and then God taught him how not to for 40 years, and then when he got violent again, God fired him. How would you like that, you rebellious, crazy nation, America, that's always in war, always in battle, always fighting? Where do wars come from within you? Let me read James 4:1. Where do wars and fights come from among you? Do they not come from the desires of pleasure that war in your members? I mean, you lust and do not have. You murder and covet and cannot obtain. You fight and war. That sounds like Donald Trump. That sounds like America. He's the most American president I've ever seen. Even Bernie Sanders says he doesn't like him, but he's an excellent politician. He says what you need to say. He's all about self. He had a preacher that preached about self. And then the thing with Kim Clement, you're saying, well, he prophesied it. They manipulated people with that prophecy. Never in Joseph's life was he looking at it, repeating it over and over, going, I'm going to be the king of Egypt. I'm going to be the king of Egypt. No, when it came to pass, these things came to mind. When it came to pass with prophetic words in my life, it came to mind. It wasn't something I manipulated. Hey, I'm going to be this. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. I'm going to be this. This guy's going to be this. And then they're like, look, it was prophesied. Let's do it. Let's bring it to pass. Crazy stuff. Lying spirits going out. James 3. Let him show by good conduct that his works are done in meekness of wisdom. You want to see if this is God or not? Let's have some peace. Let's not have continual chaos and insanity and war, fight, money, greed, me, lock everybody else out and talk about. I'm actually glad the Guatemalans are coming on trains and swimming rivers to come to me because it's pricey to go on missions there. How about we come and share of our wealth? Hey, crazy stuff, right? That would be crazy if somebody came and took this land and. Anyway, I'm Christian, nothing less, nothing more. Christian. Share what you have, or people are going to come and get it. It happened to Saddam Hussein. All that artwork, all that wealth, they came in and stripped it. What's stopping someone coming to America, taking out leadership, and causing everything to be distributed anyway? So why don't we share it now while rumors of war are being told about going to war, going to fight for a physical Israel, when we should be preparing for a spiritual Israel? Right? So, if you have bitter envy, self-seeking in your hearts, do not boast and lie against the truth. Don't make up some gospel. Don't make up some doctrine about it being okay, right? Where envy and self-seeking exist, confusion and every evil thing is present. This looks like witchcraft. This looks like craziness. It's not God's hand. Charlie Kirk, this Duck Dynasty teaching your gospel. Come on. Come on. Fox News. All these things. Let's brush it off, right? Liberal agendas coming back with their own gospel, and you got your own gospel, and everybody's America, chill. Chill. The arrogancy of Obama fueled what Trump decided to do. It's like the arrogant, everything that's outside of Christ is fueling everything right now. So how do you save yourself? How do you save yourself? I'll close with this. Matthew and Luke, all chapter 3, the wrath to come. There's wrath coming. There's going to be a fight over physical world and physical dominions and all this stuff. It says, bear fruit worthy of repentance. And he says this, every tree which does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown in the fire. You got rumors and fighting and drunkenness and greed and all these things. You're not saved by your doctrine. You're saved by faith, and the just shall live by faith. That's fidelity. That's faithfulness. I heard a truth, and I'm faithful to it. I heard that he would heal me, and I'm faithful to that more than anything else. That's why I receive healing. You see how it gets? It's not earning it. It's being faithful to it. And with the faithfulness he gives us in our heart. What is all this stuff? I don't recognize it. I didn't even accept Billy Graham. I didn't accept Charles Spurgeon. I didn't accept this or that or the other. I found Jesus. Tim Wasson, Jason Hill ministered to me, laid hands on me, gave me truth, gave me the Holy Spirit, gave me those things. And my eyes have been open, and I've been on fire and ready to rock and roll. Telling people about Jesus, speaking in tongues in Kandahar, talking about Jesus in the middle of Ghazni, speaking about Jesus in everywhere that I've ever gone. It's the platform is the world. The platform is our flesh. The platform is this. But if our Trojan horse doesn't have soldiers, it's a gift to the enemy. Where is the gospel in all this? Where is all the airtime with every president that's ever talked? Where's the gospel coming out of Donald Trump's mouth? Where's praying for healing? Where's forgiveness? Where's love? Where's the Christian nation? It's in you, and it'll be the salt, and it won't be to save a physical Israel. It won't be to save a physical United States. It'll be for you to be saved. Get out of it. Be watchful. Make sure your garments are clean. Do not partner with iniquity. Do not partner with adulterers and liars and thieves and thinking that you're just like God, that he's going to vote for this person, that we need someone counter to Jesus, that we need an anti or a counter or an anti-Christ. Hello. You've got a large Baptist church pastor saying these things. You got Jim Baker saying if you didn't even vote for Trump or support him, you're not even saved. What in the world is going on? This is crazy. Go ahead and make your comments, do everything else, but I'm trying to save you. Obey the gospel. Love your enemies. Turn your cheek. Do what Zacchaeus did. Everywhere where he did not line up to the truth, he was paying attention to the truth, and he gave half his goods to the poor. Half of it. If they ask for two, you have 2 cloaks, they ask for 1, give them 1. When they're doing this, don't collect more than what you have through usury. He said, I'll restore what I've gotten through usury. He was paying attention to the gospel. That's the gospel. The judgment will come on the works that you do when you've learned about an everlasting kingdom and how you've treated things, how you've loved people, how you've done things, how you've done the right thing over and over until you practiced it, until you become just like him. All things work together for those who love God and called according to his purpose to transform us into his image. Not to make America great so you can go boating and while other people are dying for you in some foreign land. It's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff from the beginning. America, do your thing. Use Christian principles to do this and that, but you're not Christian. You're a snake that doesn't want to be treaded on. You're rebellion. You fight. You kill other people. You do whatever you want so you can have your freedoms and your wealth, and that doesn't look like Christ at all. So repent. Pornography pouring out of here. False cults pouring out of here. All kinds of stuff from the selfish land of ambition. It was born in selfish ambition, used with manipulative, twisted scriptures, and then now it's going to die the same way. But Christ shall come. The Lamb shall overcome. Those who are with him will be called, chosen, and faithful. Why 7 mountains? It's a prophecy that's gone forth. 7. Go ahead, ascend to the 7 mountains. You're going to be the ones the very ones fighting against the Lamb when he comes, because it'll be contrary to his kingdom. Because we're seeking dominion in this world, not being right. So yeah, Everything's going crazy. How about those widows and orphans? How about a purity to your mouth and your thoughts and your actions? How about sharing your wealth? How about forgiving your enemy? How about being just like your Father in heaven, which is perfect, and you be perfect? How about let's get ready to save ourselves? And the son of Abraham, salvation is now coming to this house. It's not been there before. The rich, selfish person just going to church. He actually was deemed a child of Abraham when he started acting right. Let's get right, okay, before it's over. God bless you. Have a good day. We'll see you soon.